We are now at the end of the opening. So I need to ask you to stick around for a few comments so that I can reflect on the fact that we got here and thank some people. And we got to Evans, but we also got to the conference, and we got to a new place for Yale School of Management. So as to getting to Evans, it took a lot of sustained effort by a lot of people and a lot of alignment. And I'd like to first of all thank Rick Levin. Rick, I didn't even get the sentence in. So, but you know, you put together a team of people, got alignment on this. Linda Lorimer, thank you. Roland Betts, who's not here. Many members of the Yale Corporation stuck with this process through some very challenging times. Bruce Alexander. It took, I think, over a decade. Is that a fair statement, Rick? And despite the challenges, here we are. It was mentioned at the opening that we had a tremendous cast of donors, over 1,400 donors. That doesn't happen by accident. Again, Rick, thank you. Sharon Oster, my predecessor, was a big force in bringing many of those people in support of this project. My wonderful colleague, Senior Associate Dean Joel Getz, thank you so much. But it's not just people who work for Yale, it's people who volunteer for Yale, people on the corporation, people on the Yale School of Management Board of Advisors, and there's one person who I need to thank, in particular, someone who means a lot to me, who is such a steadfast supporter of the school and such a great personal friend of mine, Charlie Ellis. Thank you, Charlie. And then there's the creation and design and construction of Evans. 4 main teams, Foster and Partners, Dimeo Construction, the Yale team, and the SOM team. You heard from Norman Foster, and need we say much more than just, as they say, watch the video. We'll be showing it many times. I got to say thanks to Brad Dimeo the other day, but it's remarkable. Just 2 days ago, was it just 2 days? No, I guess it was 3 days ago, Wednesday, the 8th of this month, for anybody who was in here, Will, I think you were in here, the number of Dimeo construction people was staggering. They worked so hard to get this building ready. I'm very grateful to the Dimeo team for all their work, all their attention to detail. I think they take a lot of pride in this project. And the Yale team, Bruce Alexander again, John Bollier, Mark Francis, Dave Parnagoni, John Olson, he was the project manager, and then the Yale SOM team. We look forward to the return of Diane Palmieri. It's a day I've marked on my calendar later this month. Richard Dick Bascom. And then there's one person I really need to single out. He's been an agitator. He's been an institutional force on behalf of the school. He's really had every job, every leadership job the school has identified. And he's just, you know, without Stan Gartzka, this project would not have happened. Thank you. Norman Foster described the building on the top as lucid and simple, but I can assure you, as I've explored some of the bowels of the building, it's not underneath. It's got phenomenal amount of IT and operations stuff and planning, and there's a lot of people who access that to get the building clean. And I just want to just acknowledge, wow, what a bunch of effort there that was put in to make this all work. This building's environmentally sound. I'm learning more and more about the fact that the beams are so quiet that cool and heat the building. The roof line, it makes the building look bigger than it is, but it shades the building. And I'm very proud of the fact that all the people who planned the building made a commitment to make this building such an environmentally sound building. This building's in a different part of the Yale footprint, and I just want to say thank you to the neighborhood. We're committed to being a good neighbor. Sure, there are going to be issues that come up, but we invite dialogue with the neighborhood, and we want to do as good a job as we can with our wonderful new neighbors here on this side of Whitney Avenue. We made an effort to connect with Yale, and that's going to continue. The Saul LeWitt stunning drawings are just the beginning. The Adrian Sheesh in the atrium, we look forward to getting more connections with Yale that are visible. That's really important to us, but I want to say thank you to those who made that happen. And then the conference. Now let me turn to the conference. I want to thank Yale Dining, Rafi, Yale Catering, everyone to make this happen. We had many teams of union employees getting the building ready. For my staff, it was a sort of all hands on deck approach. This morning when I drove in, people who normally work on spreadsheets and financial statements and keeping track of our budget were operating the parking garage. So thanks to Jason and Bernadette and everybody for just a tremendous amount of effort on that front. Teams from alumni development, career development, admissions, non-degree exec ed, MBA, everybody was involved. Students, thank you MBA students and Masters of Advanced Management students for hosting everybody. You did a phenomenal job. And I'd like to just say congratulations. And then I'd like to say thank you to Yale faculty, Yale School of Management faculty, and faculty from elsewhere who contributed to this panel. These panels, I'm so grateful to you. It means so much to have that intellectual infusion into this opening. I think it's made this opening so distinctive. I'd like to thank, in particular, also our alumni leaders from all sectors who came to contribute, and friends of alumni from all these different sectors who came to contribute to these opening events. When I drove out last night, changing subjects a little bit, I took note of the fact that the video displays were already featuring some of the events that we had just had, and some of these faculty and alumni speakers and panelists. And I just want to give a shout out to the communications and IT team. They have figured out how to use this building and promote this event in a way that is just staggering to me. So congratulations to them. And I know a lot of people had choices. I happened to bounce between earlier sessions, but the Bank of Ireland case, I just wanted to note that it was so cool to have our colleagues from Smurfit and from Institute of Impressa join in the conversation about the Bank of Ireland case. Again, a tribute to the IT folks. Wilbur Ross commented that he's had several case studies done on his investments by some school further north, but this was the most realistic case and the most exciting case study that he's ever experienced. So shout out to our case development team, and Jan, I don't know, I saw you somewhere, but Jan Elias, congratulations. And faculty. This is probably the most global set of opening events of any business school I can ever imagine. And I want to say a special thank you to my colleagues from the Global Network for Advanced Management for coming. It means so much to me and the school's future. We have colleagues from Spain, from Ireland, Turkey, Israel, Ghana, China, Mexico, etc. It's just so great. We look forward to getting to work later this afternoon. So, let me turn to my close colleagues in the Dean's office. Cindy Morris, wow, I know you put in efforts so long, so many months. And then there's one person I need to say special thank you to, Abby. Abby Roth. Abby Roth, I don't really know how to express my personal thanks. This conference is simply just came off so well because of Abby's long hours, her thoughtfulness, the many days, the many months, her aspirations matching the school's aspirations. Thank you, Abby. Then I have one last personal comment. Will and I are both golfers, so I'm going to close on. There haven't been many sports analogies, so I actually think that's been good. You know, there's a sports psychologist whom I've gotten to know, and he says when you're really playing well, you shouldn't call it a hot streak, and you shouldn't call it just luck. You should realize that's your game. That's the new level at which you can play. And that's what I think we've experienced the last 3 days. We've connected around campus, we've connected globally, we've moved in, we've elevated ourselves, we've engaged the big issues, and we've really taken the early DNA of the school and said, let's make it modern. Let's make it global. Let's advance ourselves. And this is, yes, it's the end of the opening conference, but I think this is our new game, and I really like the playing field. Thank you very much.